the objective of this activity is to conceive a common mind map with all problems on gender-related issues raised in the 3 different countries. This collective mind map constitutes the common ground to start exploring the different steps of conceiving and planning a project. The methodology we use is a mix between the technique of meta-plan and the rules of the consensus inspired by sociocracy. The methodology is pretty effective for 3 reasons. It allows for saving time, it stimulates the expression of ideas, and it facilitates the implication of all participants into the discussion. The rules of the open discussion are as follows. Contributions and ideas have to be written on a paper with no more than 10 words. Participants have 30 seconds to clarify the proposition or idea. Debates between participants are forbidden. And last but not least, active listening is crucial. To start the discussion, we propose a common question. Which are the problems related to gender issues raised during the youth meetings that you would like to highlight? It follows the first stage of the process. Participants are invited to write their contributions on a rectangular paper in 10 minutes. All participants must bring their contributions at this stage. Once the process of reflection is finished, facilitators invite participants to present randomly their contributions in 30 seconds. Facilitators hang the rectangular cards according to the contents while reading them out loud. They then decide by themselves where to place them on the common mind map, which is designed step by step. Facilitators ask participants if they agree or disagree on the position of the cards according to the interconnections of the contributions already expressed. In order to reach a consensus, facilitators invite participants to express their position following the rules issued by sociocracy. The first one is, I agree. The second one is, I disagree, but I can live with it. The third one is, I disagree and I express an objection. If an objection is expressed, the person objecting suggests a new position, explaining in no more than 30 seconds the reasons for the objection and suggesting a new position. The facilitators invite again all participants to express their agreement or disagreement on the new position suggested. The process ends until a consensus is reached. After the first compulsory round of contributions, participants are invited to add new ones voluntarily. At this point, other rules are introduced. Objection. If a participant disagrees about the contents of a new contribution or one already expressed, she or he can use an objection card and has to clarify the objection writing on a normal card. follows 30 seconds of explanation. Either the participant objecting or the participants whose contribution has been objected can write a new contribution, not necessarily, taking into account the reasons of the objection on a new colored rectangular card. The new contribution has to be shared and agreed by everyone. Question. If a participant needs a clarification, she or he can use a question card in order to obtain more details about a contribution. The question has to be written on a novel card, and participant is entitled to clarify orally in 30 seconds. The participant whose contribution needs more details can reformulate it on a new colored rectangular card. At the end of this process, participants collectively conceive a shared and agreed point map. The last step is to cluster all contributions in order to identify the macro problems. Each participant chooses the subject of interest on which will work during the next steps of the training. After choosing their macro problems, we introduce an activity whose objective is to run a diagnostic, to analyze the causes and effects of the problem. In order to do this activity, we introduce a tool, the tree, which is drawn on a flipchart in order to analyze the causes and effects. The methodology proposed is similar to the previous activity. All contributions are important and are accepted. All contributions need to be written on a post-it. Debate is not allowed, just questions. Participants have limited time to present their contributions or to clarify them. The logical relations between contributions have to be explained. Active listening is crucial. As first step, we put the macro problem at the trunk of the tree. We then focus on the roots of the tree in order to analyze the causes. The facilitator invites each participant to take a post-it up to 5, write down the contribution and place it on the roots of the tree. The participants has then 2 minutes maximum to present the contribution and to explain the position of the post-it according to the logical relations with other contributions. The process ends when all participants have used the 5 post-it available and the time available run out. Finally, we focus on the branches of the tree in order to analyze the effects of the macro problem. We follow the same methodology as for the causes. Once the diagnostic is completed, participants identify collectively policies they would like to focus on. This step is crucial since it allows for defining the specific objectives of the project proposition. After formulating the objectives, they are invited to prioritize them.
This activity is conceived to make participants create activities referred to the specific objectives previously identified. So each group is asked to be back on these objectives, to carefully read, and then the activity starts. There is a piece of paper passing from one person to the other. The activity should be played in silent. It means that the different activity proposed in a first moment shouldn't be discussed within the group. The first participant should think a specific activity corresponding to one or more of the objective identified and should fix it down on a piece of paper. Then should fold it and pass to the next person. The next person should do the same, and so on till the first round is done. We can have a maximum of 3 rounds. It means a maximum of 3 proposed activities for each participant member of the group. For the next session, participants of each group are asked to develop a prioritization of the different activities they proposed before. Before to start, it's very important that the facilitator will prepare the materials in order to run the session. The material will consist in a big flip chart with different columns. On the left part of the column there are different rows indicating the different activities we are going to work on. On the very top of the template there are different columns showing indicators. The indicators are objectives, resources, urgency, risk, and the last column on the right side is the total. Participants back in groups are finally reading the different activity proposed. But there are 3 basic rules to play this activity. For each indicator you can assign a maximum score which corresponds to the total number of activities participant proposed. If one activity is the one, for example, fitting the most with the objective, can receive 10. It's not possible to repeat the same score for different activities. The activity that received the higher score is the one that is going to be selected to proceed the upcoming part of the work, which is the development of a call for proposal.